Good evening, everybody. Hope your evening is going well. And yes, we are back here for another one to get to. So let's go ahead and have some fun, shall we? Welcome back to Eddie B TV. I am, of course, Eddie B. Nice to see y'all. And we are back at you again today for another reaction video. And on this Women's Wednesday of stand-up comedy that we are getting back into one more time, we're going to get into somebody that I have not gotten to on the channel before. And hopefully it's going to be a good one. We're going to get into some Jen Kirkman today. Okay. Well, I've seen her name around, you know, as I'm scrolling through bits to get to for this day. And seen her name, just haven't gotten to her yet. But today is the day, and we're going to see what she's talking about. I've looked up a couple pictures of her. You know, she seems like she could be very funny, but she also seems like she's got that cocky, you know, conceit, arrogance to her a little bit. I don't know that for sure, but we're gonna find out as we get into her today. And this one's gonna be titled, here we go with titles again, Hornyness. Oh man, to hear the ladies talk about this issue, man, is always a little bit, you know, sort of like tense a little bit. But hey, you know, I'm not rooting for a negative outcome, but let's see what we got with this one. So let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said, Jen Kirkman with Hornyness. Oh gosh, it's so funny to say that. And if you like this reaction, please boom on the like button for me one time. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and leave a nice comment for your boy, if you don't mind. Constructive critiques, leave a nice suggestion or request, and throw a couple jabs, jokes, and zingers at me. Friendly dialogue, no drama here. All right? Thank you for that. So yeah, but before I get on with this one, I just want to say straight up, I know last year I did a couple of weekends of Music Saturday that had some Christmas jammers in it. I didn't do anything last week, you know, beforehand, but you know, this week, you know, I got a job now, so I'm doing extra things, and I got some family time that I got to get to, so I won't be doing anything this weekend for Music Saturday. And so Saturday and Sunday will be off, but I will be back Monday for Miscellaneous Monday, and maybe there might be a couple of Christmas clips in there or something like that. So I just wanted to give you all fair warning about that one. But yeah, back to the issue at hand right here, horniness. Well, apparently it is a big issue with dudes especially, and for the ladies as well. So let's see what she's talking about. Let's go ahead and do this. Jen Kirkman with Hornyness right here on Eddie B TV, Women's Wednesday of stand-up comedy. Let's get back to the laughs, people. I'm ready. Oh yes, I'm definitely ready. Oh, she's pretty damn sexy too, if I may say so. Not that that's the most important thing, but you guys know my brain, man. It can be a little perverted at times, but I don't care. All right, let's get situated with this one, and here we go.
I went on a date 2 days after that day. And I felt judged by my married friends, but they didn't understand how horny I was. Because I don't think people understand, when you get divorced, you probably haven't been having sex. It's not like, oh my God, we're fucking all the time in this thing of not liking each other. In this home we've built where we despise each other, we fuck all the time. That's not happening.
I'll get to that.
But it feels weird because someone's in your bed and you should be with them, but you're not. So your body is very confused. It's not the same as single horniness. Single horniness is quaint, that you even would complain about being horny when you're single. You're like, oh, I'm kind of horny. Should I call an old friend or maybe get a pizza or just fall asleep?
Okay.
Divorced horniness needs to be taken care of right away because your body starts going into heat like an animal. So the minute that door shuts, you're not in control anymore, and your body's just like, ah! Like my body was just like, I was just following it. It was trying to sit on fire hydrants and stuff. I was like, body, stop it. It was like, ah! Like it was just going nuts, you know? It's like if you have to get in the house really fast and you have to pee and your body thinks you're home and you're like, don't wet your pants, body. You know, it's that.
That's goofy as hell.
So I was like, oh my God, I didn't know the horniness of a divorced person. So I went out to see a band play, which is something I never did when I was married. And I went to, you know, talk to the drummer after. I thought he was cute. Now, I wasn't thinking about how old I was as opposed to how old he was. And that's where the story gets sad.
Oh, sad.
As I was 37, he was 20.
Oh.
Yes, I was a cougar for one night. Don't woo. It's not good. It's not a good thing. See, I was a cougar back when Demi Moore and Ashton were still happy.
Oh, man.
And so I thought it was cool, too. Yeah, older women getting some. No. The reason she lost her mind and had to go to rehab for being 50 was because when you're dating a hot young guy, he's hot and young, and he doesn't have to work at it. So he gets to, run around throwing frisbees and whatever young people do all day. And if you're older, you have to sit at home going, don't eat anything. Like, it's a lot of pressure. And that's why they had to send Demi Moore to jail, because she lost it.
Okay.
But I was still buying into the myth that being a cougar was cool at this point. Now, let me tell you something. Now I don't think it's cool. There's no word for a man who's in his 40s and dates someone younger.
Yeah,
That's just called
isn't it?
a man, right?
Isn't there something that...
Sometimes silver fox.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool sounding thing. Cougar doesn't sound that cool. Cougar doesn't sound cool like a lion or a tiger, like rah. A cougar to me sounds like an old woman in the woods in a spotted coat. Oh, I hope someone comes by.
Oh, wow.
It's sad.
Okay. Sounds
Don't
kind of
look up
cool.
to me with this story, but learn from it. So I talked to this kid. Now, I don't realize he's 20. I don't realize I'm 37. I hadn't been single since I was 27, so I'm still at that age in my mind. So he asks me out for the next night. My body's like, "What?" I'm like, come on, buddy, we can make it one more night. It's fine.
Chill.
So I say yes. I get home. My friend says to me, you know that guy was 20, right? I'm like, who cares? I'm a cougar. This is cool. So he texts me the next night. He's supposed to come get me. And he says, I can't come get you. My car broke down. And I'm like, oh, my God. I'm such an old loser. Like, he doesn't want to hang out. He's blowing me off. I've never texted with a 20-year-old, except for my nephew. So I don't know what to say to these kids. And so I was like, well, maybe he'll like the same things my nephew does. And I'm like, do you need money for college books? Like, I don't know. Oh, my God. He goes, no, I really still want to hang out. Oh. I really just can't drive. My car broke down. So I went to get him. Now, it turns out his car didn't really break down. His car ran out of gas because his bank account ran out of money. So no problem. I go get him. But here's the thing. My life is in transition. I'm moving things. I got furniture in the front seat. I can't move it. So I pick him up at the gas station like some bad mother who just lets her kid hang out. I saw the other mothers looking at me like, oh, you let your son just hang out at a gas station all night? I'm like, hey, he's not my son. I'm going to fuck him. You know.
Oh, God. That's how it ends? Come on, man. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I mean, not laugh out loud funny. I mean, there wasn't too many jokes. It was like she was just telling a story. But yeah, she had some good little, zingers in there. One of my own words, but I don't care. She had some good ones in there. Very interesting take on this whole thing, Yeah, I didn't mind that one at all, man. She was actually quite informative, to tell you the truth. All right, y'all. That was Jen Kirkman with Hornyness. I'll tell you this much, man. It's not something, it's not very exclusive to hear, well, at least in some circles anyway, to hear women talk about their horniness. Some people like to make them feel shame. Let me just make this clear for all the women watching this, okay? I don't know what your libido's like. I don't know what your freak status is. I don't know, and it's not really my concern. But I will say this to you, all right? Some of these YouTube clips that I be getting into that I'm not gonna react to type stuff, but it's like some of the things that I see when I hear these wannabe alphas, these dudes, talk about what it means to what's valuable and what's not high value, who's a bum and who's this. Ay, man. Sometimes I wish they would just hit the mute button on themselves and just shut the fuck up, man. Human beings, man, are human beings, man. There's no really one way to be human. Men and women are interested in sex. Sometimes it could be the same between the two, which is a perfect scenario, which doesn't always link, or it could just be all over the place, up and down. But the way they make it sound is just like if you're a woman and you're interested in an abundance of sex, or even for one night like this woman was, it's just like you should be ashamed of yourself. I don't believe in that bullshit. I personally, and I'm not looking for brownie points or nothing like that, but it's just kind of like, man, I've been through some shit in my life, man. And by that, I mean I've hooked up with some older women in my life, dating back to when oh boy, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm not going to mention names, but before 18 and well after 18. So it's just kind of like, you know, what is it with this whole shame thing? You know what I mean? Or the whatever. Yeah, there's some things you should be ashamed of if you do some twisted shit, man. But some things just need, like, I like how she said it in the beginning that divorced horniness needs to be taken care of immediately. But one thing I would disagree with to a point, because like I said, it varies from couple to couple. You know, sometimes you could be like right there on the edge of divorce, but yeah, you could still be, you know, hooking up with your husband or wife or whatever, and then all of a sudden it just comes to a screeching halt, and then you just decide to get divorced. And some people just ain't hooking up at all, you know. But if you're one of the couples who wasn't hooking up at all, and then you just get a divorce, yeah, man, go out and get yourself a fix, you know what I mean? Get yours. There ain't no judgment going on here. But I don't care how old you are. I don't care what the circumstances of your marriage were or anything like that, man. You got to get yours whenever you want it. Like, I remember, I don't know if I've said this here before, but I had a couple of homegirls in my life say something to the effect of, you know, hey, Eddie, you know, I'm really into this guy and I just really want to, like, you know, scratch an itch or something like that. But, you know, when's a good time? You know, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, is a girl really asking me this question? And I just said straight up, when you want to. Whenever you want to do something, that's the right time. You know, stop worrying about how you're going to look to people, because one, if a dude clowns you for doing something that he wants to do and you want to do, then he's kind of a clown. You know, he's kind of an idiot, you know. And if somebody's gonna throw shade at you, they're probably just throwing shade because they weren't the ones hooking up with you, or they're mad because they ain't getting as much as you. You know, it is what it is. But I mean, I'm not trying to put, you know, my lady's business on blast like too heavy. But when I met her, you know, she was in the middle of a divorce, you know. And, you know, we were taking things a little bit on the slow side, so to speak, you know, but then again, it's like, it took a while for us to really link and decide to become serious and give it a shot. But yeah, she was in the middle of a divorce and she was probably scratching some itches. I don't know, you know, I haven't asked those kind of questions. It's none of my business, and I really don't care, to be honest with you. But I just really think that it's a really, it's an underrated thing, if that's the right word to use to talk about women, you know, sexual energy or their libidos or their interest or their horniness, as the title of this video goes. I just think that people put way too much emphasis on age. I mean, if you're legal, that is. You know, they put way too much emphasis on that. You know, they're blatant hypocrites, and I can't stand that. One thing, especially if you switch it up, like you talk about older dudes hooking up with younger women, let me tell you this much right now. If you are 18 years old and up, there is nothing to be judged about, because that's kind of the point of the laws that were made, right? You have to be of legal age to do these things without being under suspicion of nonsense, whatever. So the age thing, yeah. Okay, we're not talking about R. Kelly here. We're talking about 18 plus. So when you're 18, you're fair game to the rest of the damn population. So I don't want to hear none of that, oh, that's despicable. I can't believe you went so young. When women do it, it's so okay. When dudes do it, it's creepy. No, it is what it is, man. So let that one go. But it's not like she's wrong, though. I mean, like, sometimes the dialogue that you share could be a little bit twisted. You don't know exactly what to link on except the sex, which is kind of why it's a fix. But, you know, then again, man, it's just like one of those things where you really just have to be aware of what the situation is, be aware of what your circumstances are, and just, you know what to get out of it and know what to not bring up, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, I've had, like I said, I've hooked up with older women. I remember, like, yeah, I'm going to say this. I think I was about 19 years old, and I hooked up with a woman that was like 45 or something like that. And I don't know how deep into her divorce she was, or whether it was finalized or whatever, but she had told me that she had just, you know, broke up with her husband or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, well, geez, you know, I'm not judging. I don't want to know anything about it if you don't want to talk about it. And we just had our fun. We hooked up, you know, quite a few times. And then it just came to a halt. Like, we just stopped hooking up, and then she moved on with her life. I moved on with mine. I had fun. She had fun. And then that was the end of it. But yeah, man, if you're not getting that attention, you know, those needs, you know, human beings, we have sexual needs, man. I don't care if you're a man or a woman, you have them, okay? If you have them and you can find a way to get it done, you know, because like I said in another video I made just recently, Sex is supposed to be fun, so just have fun, okay? Stop worrying about outside opinions and, you know, all these clowns on social media trying to make you feel like, nope, your value's this, or you shouldn't be doing this. I want a woman that's this, I want a man that's that. Shut the hell up. Do you and let everyone else do them. If you're not doing what everyone else is doing, then hey, you don't have nothing to worry about when it comes to that, do you? Oh, the sexual marketplace, this and that. Shut up. Gosh, man. Everybody is in so much of a hurry to tell you what to do, you know, and meanwhile, they probably ain't even following it themselves, man. So shut y'all asses up. Down to all you fake ass alpha males and all you so-called, you know, independent women, just shut up already. You sound like clowns, and all you do is just make my head hurt. Yeah, I admit it. You got to me a little bit, but yeah, I'm just letting it be known. But you know what? This was a very funny one from her. I like how the ending of it was. Everyone thought that she was his mom. Oh, no, he's not my son. I'm going to fuck him. That sounds like something that would have happened to me. But I did get a couple of looks a couple of times when I was in my early 20s and something like that happened. I'm like, oh gosh, I mean, is that you guys had a mother and son going out for like a movie or something? It's just like, oh no, we're not a mother and son. We're going out to a movie and then we're going to go back to my place or his place and then we go, let's get it on. Oh, babe, let's get it on. Yes, so we got it on. Very funny clip, man. I like Jen Kirkman, you know. She seems like she's more of a storyteller than a joke teller, but she does throw some jokes in there. Very funny woman, and like I said at the beginning of the video, very sexy woman as well. Hey, call yourself a cougar, call yourself whatever name fits, but yeah, girl, you got it going on, so do your thing. Then again, I don't know how old this video is, but then again, even if it is older, don't care. She's still sexy as hell, and I stand by my words, you understand me? So yeah, very funny clip, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off right there. One more time, Jen Kirkman with Hornyness. And if you like that reaction, please put on the like button for me. One more time, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and of course, as always, leave a nice comment for your boy. Constructive critiques, leave a nice suggestion or request, and throw a couple jabs, jokes, and zingers at me. Friendly dialogue, no drama here, all right? You guys know the deal. Thank you so much for continuing to abide by that very simple request. So, yeah, that's going to be Eddie B TV, wrapping this one up. One more again here. Another funny clip added to the Women's Wednesday stand-up comedy playlist. Happy to get to it. And Jen Kirkman, I like this little story that she told. I like how she broke it down, too. I know there's also some women out there that swear they're not so much into sex, you know, and then they'll try to front about it like it's evil to be into it. But you know what? Hey, man, just be careful what you're going to believe from whoever, you know, because, I mean, as much as some people might look at me sometimes and go, too much information, TMI or whatever, I'm like, I don't give a damn. Just walk away from me and I know that you're not worth talking to, you know, but then, you know, just recognize the more someone opens up, not like, you know, boastful or bragging about stuff, just opens up and just tells some things about, you know, what it might mean to be this way or feel that way or do this or do that. You know, that might be a little bit something more to take serious if you're going to. But, you know, just like I said, you know, just have fun, you know, be safe, you know, whatever that means to y'all. And just know what things mean and what they don't mean, you know. Use your head and use your heart at the same time. These things are a team, you know. This is the president. This is the vice president. Remember that one, too. That's just my opinion anyway. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in one more time to this one. Had a lot of fun getting to another Women's Wednesday of stand-up comedy clip. And good to add another lady to the mix in Jen Kirkman. If you guys got any clips from her that you like, drop some suggestions. You already know I'm all ears to whatever else is out there. And hopefully I can get to another one of her pretty soon because I like her style. I like her energy. I was kind of right. She did have some of that conceit and arrogance a little bit, you know, but it wasn't like so extreme to the point where it doesn't make her funny, you know. So she really handled her business right. Ooh, almost bit my tongue a little bit. But yeah, she did handle her business with this one. So I enjoyed it very much. And until next reaction, love and appreciate y'all. Peace.